What's going on, everybody? In this video today, we're going to go over some recent news. We're going to go over some PayPal news. We're going to go over some Ethereum news. And I'm going to look over a couple Bitcoin miners. We're going to look over CleanSpark, Iris Energy, BTBT, and Sphere 3D. All Bitcoin miners that I do hold. And I wanted to give you guys an update on them. Now, if you get something useful out of this, you know what to do, and let's get started. And first off, this PayPal news. Well, PayPal has a stablecoin. It was on Ethereum, but they're moving it to Solana. Sorry, this moved for no reason. They're moving it to Solana. Now, PYUSD, which is on the Ethereum blockchain, it had around 8,600 holders with a market cap right under 400 million. Very small compared to other stablecoins. And we have some words from PayPal's senior president of blockchain. Ethereum works well enough, but if you're interested in retail payments as we are, basically you need at least 1,000 transactions per second. And you need transaction costs in the pennies, not in the dollars. There are more positives to being on Solana than just cost and speed. They can now use the chain's token extensions to let merchants make their transfers a little more confidential. So it seems like on Ethereum, PayPal's stablecoin isn't really catching any steam, really isn't getting much attention. We'll see if this changes on Solana's ecosystem. We also have some news that Vanguard, the company that doesn't want any Bitcoin spot ETFs, is feeling the same way about Ethereum spot ETFs. And ahead of these potential launches, Vanguard reiterates, crypto products don't fit in a well-balanced long-term investment portfolio. Keep in mind that Vanguard holds BlackRock. Keep in mind that Vanguard lets you access stocks like CleanSpark. I hold CleanSpark on my Vanguard account. Vanguard holds a ton of crypto assets. Although they are for their brokerage, they're holding them for clients, they are inadvertently holding crypto products. But check this out. You guys might have recently heard of a CEO change. We have Salim Ramji, who formerly led BlackRock's ETF business. Well, he's set to become Vanguard's CEO in July. And this executive did help plan the spot Bitcoin ETFs that were launched. But in an interview with Barron's, he said that he'll keep consistency with the type of products that Vanguard offers. However, Rick Edelman, the founder of Digital Assets Council of Financial Professionals, told Blockworks that he believes Vanguard will one day launch a Bitcoin ETF and offer the products on its platform. From a purely business perspective, it's foolish not to. And Salim is not foolish. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Vanguard will one day offer spot Bitcoin, spot Ethereum ETFs on their brokerage? I think this will take some time. I do think that eventually they will warm up to it. I mean, think of all the money that Vanguard's missing out on to BlackRock, to Fidelity, to all of these other spot Bitcoin ETF providers. You better believe that these companies are making a ton of money on these fees. I do think Vanguard will want a piece of it, just not yet. We also have some interesting whale news. A whale spent $24,700,000 on Ethereum altcoins, and it looks like they bought Lido, they bought Uniswap, they bought Aave, they bought Ethereum name service, and they got Frax share. And there is also a whale spotted on the Solana network rotating their Dogecoin into dog with hat. It seems like whales are anticipating a nice rally from some altcoins, from some smaller cap altcoins specifically. I know I don't talk about altcoins much, but I do believe it's a good idea to hold some altcoins, and it's important to not just go all in on one. What I prefer is to have a very diversified altcoin portfolio. Some alts will make it, some alts will do good, some will fail, some will do horribly. The ones that do good should make up for the ones that do bad. If you're all in on one, your risk is extremely higher. So when you're playing with alts, just make sure you have a somewhat diversified bag, because not all will be winners. Now I want to take a look at ETH before I give you guys an update on those Bitcoin miners. For ETH, I'm basically watching these ranges. We're going to bounce from level to level. We have this $3,500 level, we have this $3,700 level, we have a $3,850 level, and we have a $4,000 level. Ethereum will gravitate towards these levels once certain levels are broken. Right now you'll see that we bounced off this 37,000 area. I would expect that we're going to work towards this 3850 before either finding it as a rejection and retesting this level, coming back down to it, or breaking out of it and heading towards 4,000. But keep an eye on these levels. Ethereum will try to gravitate towards them. Also, one thing I'm watching right now is this descending trend. We're in a downtrend. We're in a descending channel here. I do think a break out of this descending channel will cause a reaction. So definitely keep an eye on this descending channel. If we reject here, we are probably heading down towards this 37 again. And that'll be an important level to hold. I would expect as we come up to these ETF launches, we are going to see Ethereum rally, and then we might see a buy the rumor, sell the news. It really depends on how much Ethereum runs up to that point. If Ethereum stays where it's at here and the ETFs get approved, I would expect a rally afterwards. If we rally in anticipation, then I would expect a little cool down once they're approved, once they're live, similar to the spot Bitcoin ETFs. But make no mistake, Ethereum is bullish. We're above both a 50 and a 200 MA. Both of these moving averages are pointing up, and they are in the correct order, riding the golden cross from back in November of 2023. Just like many of the Bitcoin miners, I don't suspect we'll see a death cross on these until sometime in 2025. I do expect we're going to continue to ride our uptrend, and we shouldn't see a death cross until towards the end of the cycle, after the cycle's over essentially. Now I wanted to give you guys an update on CleanSpark. It's been a very volatile day. It started up 4%, now we're basically down 4%. It does look like we're starting to break this broadening pattern. If we continue down, I'd expect a test of our previous lows. Probably going to test this $16 zone. If we fail that, we're coming down to the low 15s. One thing you'll notice for the last multiple months, we're in this range. What you want to do if you're trying to swing this is you want to buy while it's under 17 area and then swing it above 17 up to $20. If you're looking to accumulate for the rest of this cycle, you want to buy while it's in the lower range of this range. But you know, it is quite annoying seeing these stocks just kind of trading sideways. I do think one thing the market is waiting for is upcoming earnings. The market wants to know what these earnings are going to look like now that the rewards have been cut in half. And my expectation is we will see one unprofitable quarter. That's okay, because if you've been around the Bitcoin mining space for a while, you know that these Bitcoin miners, for the most part, are usually unprofitable. Only until recently have most of these Bitcoin miners posted profitability. Now that the halving has taken rewards in half, we should see a quarter, maybe 2 quarters of unprofitability until Bitcoin breaks its all-time highs. I do suspect the vast majority of the Bitcoin miners are profitable at an $80,000 Bitcoin. Some are profitable at a $75,000 Bitcoin. Some are probably profitable at a $70,000 Bitcoin. But you know, it will take some time to see these miners post a profit again, in my opinion. And any short-term weakness will be a buying opportunity. These are some of the last times you're going to hear me say that. 6 months from now, you are not going to hear me say the Bitcoin miners are a buying opportunity. I also wanted to show you guys Iris Energy. This one has been running lately. I definitely would expect some consolidation. You know, $7 will be an important level to watch. If we do break 7, we might retest some lower previous resistances as support, such as this 660, such as this 560. I expect Iron to continue this broadening pattern. I wouldn't be surprised to see us start retracing a little bit. I mean, this thing went on a crazy run. In the last only a few days, this has done nearly a 50%. That's not very normal. And considering how other Bitcoin miners are performing, I wouldn't be surprised to see some profit taking from this one. I'm very bullish on Iron on the long term, but I do think short term we're probably going to cool down a bit. It would not be too surprising. But like I said, this $7 area will be pretty important. If we hold that, that'll be great. We can potentially test our highs here in the, 8s and potentially higher, going towards a 9. I do think a cool down, at least some consolidation, is due first. BTBT, another stock I'm very bullish on for this cycle. They're also getting into AI. They're making a lot of revenue now from AI. They also stake Ethereum. I think they will see some hype as Ethereum spot ETFs go live. But BTBT is basically following this ascending channel. I do think we're going to come down and test the support. This could bring us down to 240 area. Or if we just trade sideways essentially here until mid-June, we'll be bouncing off this trend. Either way, it'll be important to see this trend hold up. If we break it, we will see a reaction. BTBT is looking pretty good. It finally broke its downtrend. You see this kind of long downtrend it was in. It finally broke out of it. And it looks like we're going to continue riding this ascending channel until support or resistance is broken. Now I wanted to give an update on Sphere 3D. This is the highest risk of the miners. This is a $25 million market cap. Very, very, very small market cap. Things haven't been going too well lately. You'll see that we were trying to ride this uptrend. It looks like we broke it and we're starting to find it as resistance. So keep an eye on lower levels. Keep an eye on this 113. Also, of course, the psychological 1. It was nice to finally get out of 1. We might get back towards 1. I always get nervous when I see these risky small cap penny stocks getting under $1. Based on where we are in the cycle, I wouldn't be too worried if it does briefly dip under $1 again. It has done it before. But yeah, keep in mind, this is probably the most risky miner in my portfolio. It's by far the smallest market cap. But honestly, when you look at hash rate to market cap, it is one of the most attractive miners. They are mining at a 1.3 exahash per second, and they're like a $25 million market cap. I urge you to find a better Bitcoin miner in terms of market cap to hash rate. You won't find one. An important level to break for Sphere 3D is going to be this 160. I do think if we break 160, we will go on a rally. But yeah, just keep in mind, this is the highest risk miner out there in my opinion. I think the market agrees just looking at the chart. I do expect this to rally towards the end of the cycle. Once things get really euphoric, once the other bigger market cap miners run, people will be looking for the next play. People will be looking to add risk. Once the risk appetite goes higher, the appetite for stocks like Sphere 3D will go higher. I do think what these miners really need is for Bitcoin to go and create new all-time highs. This is basically what they're waiting for. I don't think they're really going to move much until we see Bitcoin go on to at least test the all-time highs. And think about this, once Bitcoin breaks all-time highs, once Bitcoin gets into the high 70s, into the 80s, I do think we'll see a huge rush of euphoria go into these Bitcoin miners. Like I said, many will be profitable even post-halving, even with rewards cut, with Bitcoin in the mid 70s, with Bitcoin in the 80s. And I do still expect this is going to be a fantastic cycle for the Bitcoin miners. When you look at where they're at here revenue wise, when you look at where they're at profitability wise, last cycle, very few miners posted profitability, and this was at the very, very end of the cycle. Things are going to play out a lot differently this time around. But let me know how you guys are feeling about Bitcoin right now. How are you feeling about altcoins? How are you feeling about the Bitcoin miners? Are you taking advantage now? Are you selling cash secured puts? Are you selling covered calls? Are you buying puts or calls? Let me know your moves down below. Thanks as always for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.